And then he says, وَإِيَّاكَ وَإِسْبَالَ الْإِزَارِ. And this is, I want every person who's still not convinced that you should not lower your garment underneath your knees, even though you don't intend for arrogance. Look at this. He is talking to this person, Sulaim. And if you read in the Sulaims, he's a person down to earth. Do you think when Sulaim is going to put his garment below his ankles, he wanted or he intends to have what? Arrogance? A'udhu billah. But the Prophet of Allah said, Iyak, be aware. Or, elongating, making it longer. That cloak of yours, that trousers of yours, that sarwar of yours, that everything of yours, below your ankles. For verily it is from the makhila, arrogance, from the pride. And Allah does not love it. So he's not saying that, if you put that, no problem. And then you hold on to Hadith Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Allahu Akbar. Hadith Abu Bakr is not the way that you translate it like this. When the Prophet ﷺ, he was talking about, now that's a hadith regarding the warning of lowering your garment below your knees. Your ankles, I should say. For example, مَا أَسْفَلُ النَّارِ فَفِي النَّارِ مَا أَسْفَلُ الْكَعْبَيْنِ فَفِي النَّارِ. Whatever is below the ankle is in the hellfire. Not the garment, yourself. The garment has done nothing wrong. So, this is hadith. Prophet ﷺ, he said, no, Allah will not speak to a person who had lowered his garment out of khuyala, out of arrogance and pride. So there is two punishments here. Fire and not speaking to you. Which one is worse? Not speaking to you. It's worse. Allah does not speak to you. Because you have lowered your garment out of arrogance. So the person doesn't do it out of arrogance, still is in the hellfire. And I'm telling the person, when you go to the tailor, and you ask him, please make the measurement of my thawb or whatever it is below the ankles, and then you fool yourself. You say, I'm not doing it for arrogance. Brother, stop fooling yourself. That's not right. Because the Prophet said, it is from the arrogance. You go in there deliberately. You understand? You're asking me, can I have it? 2 times. And you say, I'm not doing it for arrogance. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he heard the threat from the Prophet ﷺ. He said, Messenger of Allah, in my Isra they did this stuff. Abu Bakr did not buy it like this. He didn't know. But he did not go to the tailor after hearing the hadith of the Prophet of Allah. He meant to buy like this. Now you've heard the hadith of the Prophet of Allah. Companions, the companions, when they buy something, they don't really waste it. So he's already got it. But he says, it's got istirkhan and I'm holding it. So the Prophet of Allah said, إِنَّكَ لَتَفْعَلُ ذَلِكَ يَا خُلَيَا. Verily, Abu Bakr, you're not doing it out of arrogance. Well, I'm going to tell you, if you do it like this, what is the Prophet going to tell you you're not doing it for arrogance? You have to bring the Prophet of Allah to tell you. Because the Prophet of Allah, he looked into the heart by the revelation. Can I look into your heart? I can't. I can't say to him, you're out of arrogance or not arrogance. Prophet of Allah, he said to him, you're not doing it out of arrogance. Abu Bakr, does he know from himself he's doing it for arrogance or not? Or does he not know? He knows. But he wanted from the Prophet ﷺ something to settle him. I've got that, I've heard it, but I'm holding it. I always hold it. Does these people hold it when they have a slack or length or below the ankle? They don't hold it. They don't even care. So he's holding it. Yet after holding it, he's holding it, and the Prophet ﷺ said, you're not doing it out of pride. But here the Prophet ﷺ said, any person who's deliberately doing it is from the makhila or the makhila, being the pride. And Allah does not like it. Yahi, listen to this. Stop saying that I'm going to go and buy it deliberately tall, lower than the ankle, and I'm doing it for arrogance. Think about it. Think. And I'm saying this because unfortunately, we find students of knowledge who still believe that this is out of khuyala, that this is a prohibition. If it's not out of khuyala, there's no prohibition. That's not right. This hadith is a qasimatu dhahr al-ba'id. This is the one, the knockout, we call it. La yuhibbuha Allah. It's from the arrogance. When the person has his garment below his ankles, he's doing the following. Number 1, he's imitating the woman. Number 2 is extravagance, because something which is not using. Number 3, that is, it's not clean. And that's what Umar al-Khattab, he saw the man, he was walking, that boy, and he was about to die, you remember? And he's got his garment dragging on the floor. He said, bring him. And he's dying. Bring him. You remember? Sahih Bukhari. So he said to him, Ya bunay, irfa' thawbak. Oh my dear son, raise up your garment. فَإِنَّهُ أَتْقَى لِرَبِّكَ وَأَنْقَى لِثَوْبِكَ. For verily it's more fearing to your Lord and also at the same time cleaner to your garment. And fourthly, it is from the arrogance. So when you do the prolonging it, number one, arrogance. Number two, it's imitating the women, because the women are Allah, the one who are asked to cover themselves fully, and you're doing the same thing. Number three, it is extravagance. And number four, it is dirtiness, because you are making your cloak to drag on the floor. So all of that is into prolonging or elongating your garment. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam.